Hi Upamanyu Avasthi, good evening. It says evening, but the kind of temperatures we have here, okay, it's hi Pavan, Prateek, and all of you. Hi. So we have some of you attending offline, a good number of you online, some of you on the YouTube. Welcome all of you. I'm sure some of you have been my student, but hi Ravi, yes, good to see you. Oh, January mein the aap. Okay. So today's session is a quick session on briefing you कि क्या करोगे आप लोग, because the exam has changed. In fact, एक काम करो, go there and get Anjali from my cabin. We have one of the toppers who is visiting us incidentally. I will let her speak for 2-3 minutes. So she'll also say hello to all of you. And we'll see what we can talk about your preparation. I just ask her right now, okay, tell me, what is the perception about geography? Is it doing well? Call Anjali. Yes. I should have. Yes. Yes. Let's call her. Yes. The perception she has, she will tell you firsthand. The problem is, no, we are comparing ourselves with people who don't qualify. Or marks we dekhte hain of people who have not qualified. And that's when we get a bit upset. We are losing our confidence. Okay, so aisa nahi hai. Geography is doing. I already have with me about 25 of them who have qualified. People asked me, sir, naam kyun nahi bataya sabka? It's a tricky thing. I'm not comfortable parading students like that. But theek hai, once in a while when they are here, I'll get them to talk to all of you. Hi, Utsav, Manhas, Pavan, Vivek, Mintu, Risha. Okay. Come, Anjali, impromptu. So she's Anjali Shrotriya. Come here, come here, come here. I'm parading you. Rank 44 this time. And first hand, she must tell you whatever she feels. अभी बता रहे थे कि geography marks आते हैं या नहीं है. सामने तो आ जाओ. Let you be in the front of camera. Okay, this is Anjali. Okay, so she is right now in Gujarat. So one of the postings before the results were out. So she's taken a couple of days off and she's here visiting me, but I hijacked her for a few minutes. So 3 questions बता दो Anjali. Okay, for every, ये YouTube में है, ये online में है, and these are physically present here. Okay, so yes, Prateek, hi. So whatever you want to say, एक तो है तुमने कैसे प्रिपेयर किया, जो परसेप्शन है मार्क्स नहीं आते हैं, दैट्स अ मेजर कंसर्न. आंसर राइटिंग, तुम जो कहना है कहो, ठीक है. यू कैन, आई कैन आल्सो गो आउट इफ शी वांट्स टू स्पीक अगेंस्ट मी, आई हैव नो इश्यूज आल्सो. ठीक है, अंजलि टेक ओवर. या जस्ट few words at least to encourage them. Yes, sir. And she is the right person to talk to all of you because she has really struggled. Okay, her attempts, prelims में दिक्कत आती थी इसको, then mains में she was among, in fact, lot of answers that you are reading as model answers are her answers. Okay, good number of them. Handwriting देखो समझ जाओगे which I'm talking about. So she was like an answer writing machine for some of us. Her schematics, her diagrams. So say whatever you can, tell them. Okay, we just a workshop. Okay, tell them about the mains preparation. Go ahead.
Hi all, I'm Anjali and I've secured rank 44 this year, and this was my 4th attempt. Just a brief background. I wrote the exam in 2018 and 2019, but I could not qualify for the prelims. The best thing that happened in those 2 years was that I came to Sir in 2018 right after my first prelims, and I started writing answers after that. My course was not completed for geography. Nevertheless, I started writing, seeing the books, and my answers got checked by Sir and the team also. So I was never out of preparation, or I was not sulking after prelims that my prelims could not get cleared. Meanwhile, my preparation for mains was taken care of because I was writing answers always. And in 2019, I did everything I could for prelims, and I was very sure that this time it should happen. There was nothing that I could do more for prelims, but us saal bhi I missed, and I missed by good margin. It was not 1 or 2 marks. It was somewhere around 10, 12 marks that I missed my prelims. So, and then after 2019, I think fortunately, unfortunately, I met Dimple madam. Her attempts got exhausted and she joined Sir's team. And I think that was the turning moment in my preparation, because mera prelims nahi hota, I would have never written my mains. I again started writing answers, but I thought that this is not going to fructify if I'm not able to write mains. So she was the one from whom I learned how to actually attempt prelims examination. It is very different. It needs a lot of skill, intelligent guessing, as we talk about. I had all the knowledge, but then I did not know the knack of clearing prelims. So I was in constant touch with her. And she actually told me the art to clear prelims. She is very good when it comes to prelims. So I think with her and the techniques that she told me, that remember through mnemonics and memorize like this and other things, I think I cleared prelims that year by a very safe margin. The cutoff was 92 and I was 12 marks above the cutoff. And by this time, I had joined every class of Sir that was there, because mera 2 baar prelims nahi hota tha. So all the mains enrichment, main support program, the test series program, I was always a part of it for 2 continuous years. And then COVID struck and I had to go back home. So it was the first time I was clearing my prelims, but I was not in Delhi and I was not physically in touch with Sir or the team, and I had to write mains. And I had all the notes and everything in place. And I had geography was something I was confident, because I had written so many answers before that. When I saw other people writing, I think around 600, 700 in 2 years, but it was I think over 200, over 2 years I wrote this. So and I never wrote many test papers for geography. You can also do that, but I think when people ask me that how many test papers you wrote, I have answered as like, 1 or 2 odd papers I wrote. I was never very big fan of writing a lot of tests. Writing is important, but I did it in a very different manner, as I told you. Like I wrote a lot of answers, so through that my answer writing was taken care of. And in my first mains in geography, I was also very scared that how am I going to consolidate everything? Now I have everything, but how do I consolidate it? And I also took Dimple madam's notes. She gave me her entire notes. She got them photocopied and she sent it to my home during COVID. And I had everything. Now I had, the major thing was consolidation, and 3 months are less to consolidate. So I focused on revising everything. Like whatever I had, I thought I'll just memorize. I'm not going to make any notes of it. These are the notes that are final. And with that preparation and with answer writing, I never did any extraordinary thing for geography. I wanted to keep it very simple, and it is a very simple subject. If you see the questions, they are questions which are very, very general in nature. So I wrote that mains, and I was least expecting my name to be in the interview list. I was preparing for another attempt. Unfortunately, I qualified in my 2023 mains, and it was by a good margin. I qualified it by around 55 or 60 marks. And geography was score was okay. The highest score was 289, and I scored 263 marks that year. So that time I realized that whatever I'm doing for geography, it is good. It is in the right direction. So I would like to stress, and this time I have scored 276, and I did minimal changes in my way of preparation for geography. Most important thing was that I focused more on revising things, because written part I had already done before. And I knew that I was good at writing things, and I was good at schematics and map making. I had practiced a lot of maps before. So I focused on memorizing the content as much as possible, everything on tips. If there are 10 points to be written in 10 markers, I was sure that I knew all the 10 points or all the 15 points. I made sure that I had diagrams on all the pages. So for 10 marker, I think I drew there were 2 pages. So I drew diagram on both the pages. Similarly for 15 markers, so there was a diagram on every page, I think, bearing 4-5 pages. Apart from that, I think I also read books. Sir has told us to read certain pages of the books. I only read those books. I never read books very cover to cover, because I think I had, in those 2 years, Sir had taught everything from the book also. So I had that also in my notes. And I think there's a general perception that geography is not performing good and everything. And I also had that. So I would say that I think it's a phobia which is created by students who are not able to qualify, since a large number of students take it. So, but if I see the results right now, I have so many of my friends in the top ranks. Rank 4 is geography optional. Rank 12 is geography optional. Rank 30, myself. Rank 41, Sonali Dev, she's also geography optional, and many more students, and they have all scored at least above 275 marks. And I think that's a decent score to qualify your mains examination and even for interview. It is a very scoring optional. I have also seen the syllabus of sociology and other optionals, and I think they are very abstract. They are good in that sense. But for myself, I found that geography is very conceptual. So there is very less need to memorize or mug up any concept. And secondly, there's a lot of innovation that can be done in geography through your own side. And thirdly, there's a lot of good material for geography which is available. And I really think that the 2014 time of geography, the golden days of geography are really, really back. And simple checking is done. Paper was really simple this time. All the questions, most of the questions were direct. It was a part of our class notes only. So I think have faith in the subject that you have chosen. It is not that it's a difficult subject, because all the options are performing like this. There are people in anthropology also who are getting 210 marks. So it is not that you'll study something and you'll just get the marks. You'll have to study it thoroughly. If you have studied geography thoroughly, I think one advantage that you would have is that your GS portion will be taken care of. For me, agriculture, economic issues, GS1 portion of geography, which is more than 100 marks now, it was taken care of. I did not have to put extra efforts. My friends are worried how they score more in GS1. For me, it was a cakewalk because I had already done that in geography. Your prelims is also now asking more questions based on world mapping, geographical mapping. So I really enjoyed the subject. I liked studying geography for these 4 years. Even if I had to give the exam again, I would never change the option. I would make certain changes where there's scope of improvement. But I think just have faith in the option that you have taken. And I think you have the best mentors also. So whatever problem is there, I think that can be rectified. But have faith that geography is a good performing subject. It will perform really good in the coming years.
Thank you, Anjali.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions you have? यहाँ पर questions कुछ आएंगे. Anybody, any questions? Case studies from Gazette या आपने क्या पढ़ा था? Some questions from the YouTube.
How many tests
did you write? No,
I wrote, very few tests. I wrote very few tests, Sankit, because I was sure that paper completion or writing answers is not a problem for me, given the fact that when I could not clear my prelims, the only thing I did was writing answers. So I focused on memorizing the content more, the already written answers by students, by me. I focused on revising and re-revising that and practicing it rather than writing 3 hours test series. Is it required to draw diagrams or maps in every question of geography option? I would not say every, but yes, there is a scope of drawing diagram in almost all of the answers. You can leave some questions, but almost all of the questions can be, there can be one diagram, world map, India map, or any schematic that can be drawn. It also saves time. So I was very comfortable and hence I opted for it. Current affair part for geography. I referred to the editions of Cosmos. I really liked them. And I picked up some case studies for this 2021 attempt from Cosmos itself. Apart from that, I read newspapers daily, and in newspapers daily, you'll come across certain case studies. So that way you can cover, and down to earth, you can subscribe on YouTube. It has good things. How you revise and recall vast content. Revision techniques. I would say revision techniques. I also used to believe that our mind is something we'll revise and we will recall it. Till the time I met Dimple Madam and she told me that mnemonics is the way to revise. So please make mnemonics for everything. I remember Forest Rights Act. I remembered it like Tafri, forest mein jaake Tafri. So there are TUFRI, title right, use rights, relief and rehabilitation rights, forest management rights, and I is the individual rights, and then community rights. So make your own mnemonics, small mnemonics, associate things around you, and you'll be able to remember it for a very long period of time. There's only one way to remember this, and it is not very vast. I would say paper 2 is something which is, I think it takes very less time of yours, something which is totally applied. There's only paper 1 in which you need to revise. So psychologically also, I think it plays a very important role when you keep yourself telling that I'll be able to do it, so you'll be able to do it. Don't think that it's a very, very vast course. It is not very vast in my opinion. It is okay if you revise it in a better manner.
Using maps, you can solve the paper.
Your class notes are enough, and you can refer some case studies and then maps. That's it. I think case studies and maps and class notes is more than enough for paper 2, and refer to previous year questions. That is going to help you a lot. How did you do like MSP and test series? I used to refer to the model answers. In fact, I think there were 4 to 5 questions in paper 2 and I think 6 to 7 in paper 1. Overall, I found there was a large hit ratio this time. I remember landslides, cloud bursts, and even many other questions that were directly in the MSP this time. And since I did not have time, I only turned up the pages and I revised those diagrams and the content that was given in the answers directly. And all of it came. The question on sir always tells that this is going to come, and this time it really came. Bio, this something I'm forgetting. They never ask, but this time gene pool centers. This time it was asked after many years. So that also I was remembering that sir has told this will come. So I revised it solely for that purpose. Otherwise, in last few years, gene pool center has never been asked in geography, but this time they did ask that. So how many hours required to read for optional per day? I think I never kept a track of hours till the time I was engrossed, and till the time I was my mind was that I had to study. I used to study. Whenever I felt exhausted, it was that time I kept my pen down. So I've never used to keep a track of hours or something. You can go on reading. The subject is very, very interesting, but please also take care of your GS subject should not suffer because of that. Remembering geographical, I made a list this time of all the geographers that we study. So it was like 2-3 pages. I combined all the models and theories names, their books written, the year, and the name of the geographer. If the book is written in Germany, then I also remembered the German name. And similarly, I did it for every other part also. Like in perspectives also, we have a lot of thinkers. Apart from that, in geomorphology also, there are thinkers associated with every, I would say, topic. Like isostasy, we have Dutton. So this time isostasy question came. So I was able to write 4 to 5 geographers in that particular question. So for every topic, you can regional planning, we have lots of Indian geographers also. So I prepared a list of all those geographers and I revised it before my paper 2 also and before my paper 1 also. Paper 2, I would say there's nothing extra that needs to be read. Map is something which is very important in paper 2 and your case studies. It's a very simple and application based paper. The more you read the answers and how to you apply your knowledge of paper 1, the interlinking, the paper 1 into paper 2 will help you score more for paper 2. There's nothing extra specific reading you need to give to it.
Guys, I'll interrupt now. I hijacked Anjali. She was here to say hello to us. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you, sir.
I'm planning for a proper interview with her, maybe in a couple of days now, and I'll share that with you. Okay, so you have heard from the horse's mouth some things. You see how we can apply it. Okay, how did you make your notes? What are the source of notes? यही आंसर्स हम करते रहते हैं. आप बोलो तो सुनेंगे, आप मेरी सुनेंगे नहीं. The best time to practice answer writing. There's no time, Bhavesh. Like if you're alive, you are not sleepy. You are writing. That's all. Okay. So Bhavesh, write is the only way forward. So I'll take up the questions now. I'll relieve you. आप जाओ उनसे बात करो. Thank you so much for coming over. ठीक है, I'll bother you again. Go, let's meet up. ठीक है, my wishes to you. Okay, so I hijack back. Okay, this is incidental that she is here. Okay, and I exploited the opportunity. Okay, so let's get started with our work now. So we are 20 minutes late, but I think you all heard something about what she said. 2-3 चीजें याद रखो आप लोग. इस examination में, come this side. इस examination में it's very easy to lose confidence because of negative talk. हर साल, every year, students from every subject will qualify. Geography में अभी भी 100, 110, 115, 120 students qualify. 100 odd questions, students will qualify from pol science. The difference could be 5, 10 students more in one subject, 5, 10 in other subject of the popular subjects. If you add up the top 7 subjects, okay, उसमें से आराम से आपके 600 बच्चे हो जाएंगे. So people are qualifying. It's just that the people who don't qualify, they are the ones who are upset about the marking, upset about the difficulty levels. जिसके marks आ रहे हैं, वो अच्छे marks आ रहे हैं. Like this boy who scored 300 plus, of course he was not my student, Yashar. I'll get him also to find out what did he do differently. उसके 300 mark हैं, 305 mark हैं. Okay, so ऐसा नहीं है कि marks नहीं आ रहे हैं. Okay, I'll get Naman also, 380 odd marks रखा है. Kalpashri is there. So it's not that कि marks नहीं आ रहे हैं. तो एक तो आप लोग please ध्यान रखो आप लोग, don't lose patience, don't lose faith. And this is the time. Okay, this is a time when you start writing the whole day and prepare as much as you can, okay, and revise as much as you can from your notes, from your summary sheets. ठीक है, तो उसमें क्या होगा ना, you are in the flow. Divide your day in 2 parts, a GS part and a optional part. Okay, and optional, I think if you keep pace with me and do the assignments, I'll tell you what we will do right now. ठीक है, I think that's good enough. You cannot do more than that. And for heaven's sake, don't run around too many tests, too many test series. Karo test series, but be wise. Like what Anjali said, write as much as you can. But not necessarily, every writing has to be a test. Okay, so answer writing mein, one is writing prepared answers. Okay, one is writing spontaneous answers. And then writing in test series. ये 3 अलग चीज हैं. I would say for the next 1.5 months, or at least till July end, आप ये काम करो with some bit of this. Prepared answers हम आपको दे रहे हैं. I'll give you a good number of answers. Some of the answers I've given earlier अभी भी relevant हैं. Plus, you'll also get 200 more answers from me, which are new answers. वो हमने last 2 महीने में लिखा है, keeping the trends in mind. So by heart those. There's no magic here. You sit down, literally memorize them. आप याद करें उसको. Spontaneous answer, once आपका flow बन जाता है, you know how to write down, then you start spontaneous. You take a question, think about it for a couple of seconds and start writing. And write within the time limit. So ऐसे hundreds of answer करो, and then you have to focus on this. The test probably can start from maybe around mid August से शुरू कर लो, या maybe first week of August से. So the first 1.5 months, I will say do this more. Memorize. Make your bank of answers memorized first. Without writing test. Arey Ashish, I'm not saying don't do this, but don't do this without doing this. Okay. If you keep on giving tests और answer लिखना ही नहीं पता है, तो क्या लिख के आओगे आप? ये तो problem है. You jump into a test series without knowing the demands of the question. I'll read out some questions for you. So learn what answer writing is. कायदे से ये आपका पहले हो जाना चाहिए था. Some of you, of course, are repeating with me. I've given all the answers. You memorize all those answers, na? Memorize 40-50 answers in geomorphology, 40-50 answers in climatology. हम देंगे आपको. I have the list with me. So if you memorize the answers and think about the questions, then you are good for the test series. Don't jump into test series. Any case, geography का पहला test I think 19th को है. We'll have continuous classes. We'll have 13, 14, 15. So do those classes and then give your test. Okay. So my point here is that if I want to emphasize, my point here is that don't appear, okay, for tests mechanically. This is my wisdom for you. आप मेंस नहीं दे रहे हो? Okay, you're sitting like that. Okay. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Are they on now? Set it up, set it up. You can, अरे ठीक, कोई बात नहीं, no problem. Okay, so now ask them for the fan. What happened in the fan? Hi, all of you. I'm sorry we got disconnected because of the power cut. Okay, I hope you are still there with me. Can you all hear me? Zoom, I cannot see. I cannot see the online. Will more tests help now? Yes, give as many tests as you want to give, no problem. But only after you have prepared. Minimize it, no? There it is. I got disconnected for last few minutes because of the power cut. That will do. Take it. Thank you. And ask for the fan. What's happened? Why is not fan switched on? Just ask them if they can. Okay, so I hope you understood the first point. First point I said was, don't give the tests mechanically. Now see, a very important part of your preparation is, number one, you have to revise and memorize your notes and all the concepts. If you are going into the examination without memorizing the notes and the concepts, okay, then you will miss out the answer quality also. Ye bahut important, memorize and revise. So what I will do is, I will spend maybe one day to revise quickly the units which are tricky units in your syllabus. So geomorphology, आपका पहला टेस्ट होगा geomorphology, India physical. What I'll expect is, आप इसको prepare करके आओ, and I'll quickly take you through the entire syllabus, so that you have mentally ticked off, oh, I know the concepts, I know the terms, I know the words. So I'll stand here and I'll literally sing through the entire tectonics theory. Okay. So for this, you be prepared, and इसके ऊपर में I will add some advanced concepts. So this is your revision part. Then I add the advanced concepts on this. So every topic, there are a couple of ideas, couple of new concepts, new topics that you should know, so that you are probably able to manage if the questions become difficult. So I'll do this, and then we will get into answer writing. So I have made a bank of questions, approximately 250-300 questions का bank बनाया है हमने. I'll take up some questions. I will discuss the answers with you. For some of those, I'll give you the answers also. But in many of those, I'll expect you do the writing. Those who are in old Rajendra Nagar in Karol Bagh, it'll be nice if you come to the class, because for class mein I can check your answers right there. Again, I'll have the team support you there. So we'll do some answer writing here, and then we will get into the tests. And then we get into the test. That's why we have kept 2 or 3 days approximately for each of the units on an average. You'll have 5 sectional tests. Har test ke pehle we will have approximately 7, 8, 9 classes honge aapke on an average. And if need be, I can give you more time also, no problem. Okay, then we'll get in the tests. Now see, one very important thing that I want you to again remember is, develop the art of understanding the questions and relating those to what you have studied. Because on an average, I'll say there will be 3 to 4 questions out of 10 which you can't anticipate whether they will be asked or not. आप उसको guess कर ही नहीं सकते. Okay? How is man himself responsible for environmental problems because of his development. The modern economic and the technological man is at the crossroads of dangers in all directions. So very specific hai कि problems are related to man's technology, man's economic models, man's systems of trade, commercialization, and then say how man himself is responsible for the problems that we are facing. So आपको ना थोड़ा सा patience रख के questions के statement समझने होंगे. And I think the mother of all questions that they asked was, the one they asked on Marxism last time. I think this was literally over the top. The relationship between the social and the spatial structure is complex. Explain in the context of socio-spatial dialectics. ये Marxist theory है. I repeat, the interrelationship between the social and the spatial structure are complex. Explain in the context of socio-spatial dialectics. Social aspects and the spatial aspects relationship. How can you explain in terms of the Marxist ideas? Because socio-spatial dialectics is the radicalism, the Marxist ideas. So आपको पता होना चाहिए the dialectical idea is linked to the Marx. Yes, I again got disconnected. Those of you joined me right now. So our discussion point here was, I was telling the students here offline that you will have to spend time in trying to understand the questions. The questions, देखो, the straight questions हैं, all of us can answer. Straight questions 4 से 5 out of 10 होंगे. The differentiation happens in the remaining 3-4 which are not straight questions, जो घुमा के twist करके पूछा है. There are 2 challenges there. One is to understand the question, and the second challenge is to be able to recall what's required for this answer. So when we are not memorizing properly, when we do not revise our notes properly, and then you go for the examination, आपका brain scan ही नहीं कर पाता है what are the important questions and how should you be addressing those. Okay, so our approach, I repeat, will be all of you. The first class आपका Monday है. I'll suggest today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow के अंदर में you should be very conversant with the topics of geomorphology and India physical. Okay, पूरा पढ़ लीजिए इसको. And in the class, I'll quickly revise those terms for you. And where required, I'll add some of the advanced concepts for you. Then we'll get into questions discussion. Then we'll get into some questions which are tricky, which is not possible for you to practice on your own. That's what I explained to the students here, and I got disconnected from you. Okay? Anything else you want to know? आपके tests होंगे. The first 5 sectional tests will be shorter tests, जिसमें कि आप लिखना सीख लो, and then we will have 4 comprehensive tests. And of the 4 comprehensive tests, I will check 2 tests, not all the 4, because last के जो 2 tests होंगे, I will not have enough time to check all the answers. If time permits, if a few of you have written, तब check कर भी देंगे. But my commitment is I will check the 5 sectional tests and the 2 comprehensive tests. ठीक है? So the task for you is revise your class notes properly. Revise whatever you have studied wherever. Revise that and come to the class. Ashish, yes. Yes, this is also for the students who were part of the batch earlier also. Yes, Ashish, yes. आप पूछें what all you want to know. And I'll invite that. Make your schedule with our program. आपको हम पूरा program पकड़ा देंगे. So your study schedule and your timetable, try to match it with our study schedule. And because I am the teacher doing the essays also, I'll suggest essays भी मेरे साथ ही कर लो. Okay, at least revision कर लो. अब join करना अलग बात है. Don't join, doesn't matter, it's your choice. But essay का timings भी हमारे साथ match करा लो. That way you have a routine how you will revise and how you will progress in the preparation. Anybody from YouTube? Anybody wants to ask me any questions? I know you got disconnected. Yes, Vivek, I acknowledge we got disconnected. It's more like a quick conversation to put you on track. I know some of you are giving your UPPCS also on Sunday, and some of you have MPPCS also. Acha, about the maps. Okay, Jyoti. So, dekho, in the MSP programs and test series, I don't cover maps. The reason being, it's impossible to predict map questions. Impossible. The only technique is you must have the complete list of maps to be practiced and keep practicing. So if you do not have the videos with you for map practice, वो हम आपको दे देंगे. I've recorded, and that's what I give all the batches. Okay, so about 35 videos हैं, half an hour के, 15 minute के. Okay, आप कर लो, and I'll give you the list to you. Okay, these are the list of entries that you have to memorize and practice. So that's how I can help you on the map. But I'm not including map as a part of our discussions. The classes will be from 4 to 6. But okay, be okay with if I extend the class beyond 6 also. मुझे लग रहा करना पड़ेगा, because we're getting into that kind of intense one. So timing is 4 to 6 plus if I need more time. If you are online students, you will get recordings. अगर offline students हैं, I'm not giving recordings. उसका reason simple है. Online में network issues होते हैं. You might have some other work. But offline में तो I will want 100% concentration in the class. And if you ask me, recordings are actually an impediment to your preparation. I don't know how many of you actually see recordings to prepare. Yes, we'll do that. Ravi, I'm trying to revamp the Cosmos. Couple of changes karana tha, and I couldn't spend time. So I'm revamping it. Hopefully we'll launch it sometime later this month. We'll get back to you on that. Okay, so revise your class notes, memorize your class notes, and आप लोग पहले भी किसी बैच के पार्ट रहे होगे अगर, so have I given you the model answers in that? Okay, so अगर वो है वो अभी भी relevant होगा. Okay, they are still relevant. Okay, memorize the answers and go unit wise. Go unit wise. What do you mean by flexible, Shubham? I have a reputation of not being flexible at all. Okay, आप अपना time manage करो to give the tests. Under exceptional circumstances, I might consider. Otherwise, I say no. Okay, flexibility is a havoc for me in managing, and worst is you mess up your own timetable also. I would not encourage that, Shubham, if that's your request. Current affairs will be part of the questions. The questions to prepare kiya hai, I've ensured that I've added whatever current affairs I can add as a part of your practice. Yashwant. आप लोग बोलो, any of the questions you want me to answer? We'll finish up the last आपका class होगा August 9th को होगा नहीं हाँ yes. It's already mapped. Wait, let me get it. Nitish. The entire course has been mapped. Okay, I'll just get the sheet and I'll discuss that with you. Nitish. Shubham, find a way to give the tests. Okay, agar clash hoga with the institutes, then tell the other institute to change the dates. मैं नहीं change करूँगा. Shubham. Nitish, MSP program का schedule दिखा देना मुझे एक बार. Okay, so I'm not changing the dates because it's clashing some other institute. Any case, आपको हर दिन तो दे दो पेपर देना ही है ना, आप देंगे आप. Tamil Hassan, I just said maps में, I'll give the list to you to prepare from that. Yes, Anurag. The faculties, correct. The main faculties. Strategy is a vague word, Puneet. Okay. Anything else you want me to ask? You want to answer? Tell me. That's all right.
particular verse is more sort of conceptual power. Then on the basis of that conceptual understanding, we have to map up the names. So how much time should be devoted to this?
बेटा टाइम डिवाइड हम कैसे आपको बता दें ऐसे?
Priority wise.
दोनों साथ करना है। और ऐसा थोड़ी है कि पेपर 1 में अगर क्वेश्चन है तो पेपर 2 का लिखोगे नहीं आंसर। अगर पेपर 1 का क्वेश्चन है भी, एग्जाम्पल इंडिया से दो ना, हु सेज नो? So the preparation of paper 1 and paper 2 should be integrated. Like if you're studying landslide earthquakes of paper 1, apply for India. Studying cyclones, okay, and heat waves of paper 1, apply for India. Studying monsoons paper 1, apply for India. So ऐसे division से नहीं होगा, आपको करना होगा पढ़ाई with integrated. So when you are doing geomorphology mountain building for paper 1, link it with India directly, Himalayas के साथ में. So don't do disjointed studies. That is how the test series has been mapped. इसीलिए आपका geomorphology के साथ में I am putting India physiography. Like when I am doing paper 1 population, I also do paper 2 population. So do them together like that. I'll share the dates with you. Just a minute, Sujay. I'll share the dates with you. The whatever I'll teach you in geopolitics is enough. I'll cover all the topics required. Regionalism. I'll talk about federalism. We'll talk about geopolitical conflicts. Okay, we'll talk about maritime issues also. Last time discussed kiya tha maritime. There was a question around security. So some topics you go with what I'm teaching you. Yes, Yashwant, there is a module separately for ethics. Yes. Yeah. So if you're coming on Monday, prepare geomorphology. Acha, okay, fine.
So how do we bring the geographical concepts in the generic questions?
In what question?
In the generic questions, sometimes.
That's what we'll teach you. So इसका तरीका ये होता है. He's asking me, what's your name? Tushar. Tushar is asking me, how do we bring geographical concepts into the answer? Rule number 1, don't force concept for sake of forcing a concept. वो बहुत artificial लगता है कि जबरदस्ती क्या डाल दिया concept from thought or from geographical concepts. But for every unit, you must have a list of what are those terms. So अगर I'm talking about regional planning, then what are the concepts I can use from paper 1 into regional planning? Welfare geography hai, spatial planning hai, okay, planning of location on the basis of location analysis hai, using statistical models based on systems theory apply for. So ऐसे mapping हम कर देते हैं. So you will have a set of those terms. Let's say Indian paper 2 if you're studying population, paper 1 से क्या क्या उठा के डाल सकते हैं. अगर culture word है, then Carl Sauer must be there, Whittlesey can be there, Ratzel can be there, secularization can be there. So ये तो आपको पता होना चाहिए is a part of mapping the topics. So if there is a topic say on trade and transport, okay, so there are some concepts around trade transport also, like about theories of a minimum effort, distance-based. Okay, economic models, integration of space, regional planning and transportation. So ऐसे आपको listing करना होगा.
And so should it be wise if we devote different time to different portions of the syllabus?
Go with the timetable we are giving you. So you asked me when are the classes? We are starting on 13th. The first test is on 18th. Okay, so 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, all the 5 days we have classes. 18th is the first test. The second test is on 3rd July. I think यहाँ तक आपका result आ चुका होगा. 3rd July. The fourth test, the third test is on 17th July. Okay, and the fourth test is on 31st July. Okay, 17th and 31st July. And the fifth test is on 14th August. The comprehensive tests jo hain, okay, they are on 28th and 29th. Full length test 1 and full length test 2, 28th and 29th. And then the last two tests are on 4th and 5th September. So your course with discussions gets over on 19th of September. So we have a document. I'll put it up on the website. It's there on the website, in fact. अगर आप scroll करें तो मिल जाएगा आपको. Yes, yes, Ashish. That's what I'll try. I'll try to relate thoughts wherever possible as a part of your preparation. I'll do that. Okay, now last suggestion to all of you. I will do it, but there are 10 areas. Okay, 10 or 12 hoga, I'll sit down for you, where I want you to sit down and make your own revision sheets. What are they? One is climate change data. Number 2 is deforestation data. Number 3 is soil issues. Fourth is population, poverty, and hunger issues. Fifth, migration data. Agriculture data. Urbanization trends and problems. Trends and problems. New programs and policies for trade and for transport. Rural development examples. Number 10 was river pollution and river problems. Oh, yes, I am forgetting one more. Number 11 is the migration tha and tribal issues. I want you to work on this and be ready. I'll give something from my side, but आप ये ready करके रखो अपना. Climate change data, लिख लो please, write down all of you. Climate change data. Then we have deforestation data, soil issues, including land degradation, population, poverty, and hunger. In all of this, in about half a page, whatever data, whatever examples, names of some reports, some case studies if you can, एक page, not more than 1 page. Okay. Population, poverty, hunger, migration, including the international ones, particularly locations, कहाँ से लोग आ रहे हैं, कहाँ लोग जा रहे हैं, Turkey, and not the regular ones. Okay, give examples. Turkey and Armenia, what happened? You all know about Ukraine. That's fine. You can add that. Migrations because of climatic disasters. Maybe in Central Asia, maybe in Africa. Who are the tribes who have moved out, or who are the tribes impacted? Something on those lines. Okay, migration data. Agriculture data, खासकर food grain production. Okay, a decline of productivity. Maybe some idea about crop. Okay, production increase. Something specific on pulses and oil seeds because सब news में है. Okay. Then urban trends. How are the cities growing? Which cities are growing? What are the problems? So data on slums, data on water shortages, data on housing problems. So one page on urban issues. Basically, what are the new aspects of trade, new programs and policies for trade, new programs and policies for transport. My guess this time transport is important, खासकर road transport. Lot of focus is on highway construction and highway development. India also has a world record now, the way we have made it. So something on road transport will be asked. Last time we पूछा था around the freight corridor, but this time also it's possible. Okay, that rural development, this will be an important topic. So you talk about what are the examples of rural development in different districts of India. 4 or 5 of them. One example from Northeast, some tribal development, one example from Southern India. Google search and you'll get it. Okay, river pollution problems and whatever river problems like floods ho gaya, meandering ho gaya, breach of banks in the hill regions ho gaya, and tribal issues. Okay, so you make a summary on your own, 12 sheets. That's a lot of work. Okay, aap bana lijiye isko. Yes, I forgot. You can also have some examples and data from global volcanic eruptions and global earthquakes. I think global volcanic eruptions में इस बार कुछ पूछेगा. Global volcanic eruptions and global earthquakes, maybe half a page. Yes, energy, of course, why should I rule out? Energy security pe, oil, gas, producing centers, okay. Gas importance, yes, absolutely. I should have mentioned it. You're right. Energy pe hona chahiye. 1 page. And one important source of some information will be your economic survey. Okay. Rather than looking around everywhere, open economic survey and try to pick up whatever you can from economic survey. ठीक है? Sujay, I think I've answered your question. Full length test कब तक होगा? We'll finish off the full length tests. Oh yes, we'll give a same day. We'll put it on our channels. You'll get the same day. Don't worry. Online students will get the question same day. Yes. So these are your 2 important say assignments. One is revise all your notes, focus on geomorphology and India physical for Monday, and prepare these lists. ये 12-13 pages को आप prepare कर लें. ठीक है? Anything else you want me to answer?
Previous year questions के model answer
बना लो, but मैं कहूँगा कि make answers on the new ones now. Because previous questions उसी फॉर्म में दोबारा तो नहीं पूछेगा, एटलीस्ट लास्ट तक नहीं पूछेगा. ठीक है, तो हम कुछ करा देंगे आपको, बट जो क्वेश्चंस हम देंगे आपको, आई वुड लाइक यू टू प्रिपेयर ऑन दोस. एंड द क्वेश्चंस विल बी प्रिटी थिंकिंग क्वेश्चंस, not straight questions. Like till yesterday, I've been making questions and answers on those. We'll have a good range of thinking questions. Okay, I think any tips for 23? 23 में आप revise करो. For 23 students, you can join me from September 27th onwards. Yes, Harsh. Okay, 105 ला रहे हो, फिर क्या wait क्या करना है? चुपचाप पढ़ाई करो. What have I been thinking about your possibility? Okay. Anybody scoring above 78, 79, 80, I'll say be hopeful. It'll be a borderline case, but be hopeful. Yes, I'll do that, Ayush. I'll do that for you. Okay. Thank you then online, all of you. Okay then. Bye-bye.